Hey, Eagle Run 2-3. So I taught a little hiking class yesterday, and I'm out here cleaning up the gear, and I wanted to just go over a couple things that I thought you guys might like. So this is the little pack, and I didn't realize it had a water stain on it. I'm gonna have to see if I can fix that. Maybe that happened yesterday. So I had about 8 kids that I ran a hiking class through my company, and we had them all bring packs, and we did 7 miles. Took us about 4 or 5 hours, and we even made these little survival tents. So I'll kind of show you what's in here. I put together these little kits, and we made them up as we went. So we have a little piece of paper so we can leave a note. We talked about each thing here. We chomped down a pencil to fit in the tin, and then I let them use a pocket knife and sharpen them. And the funny thing is that all of them had never used a pocket knife before, which, whatever, that's too bad, but I'm glad we were able to do that. I have some real minor first aid stuff. I put 2 alcohol prep pads. They got a couple of Band-Aids, and then we talked about some uses for some wire, and so I gave them 2 or 3 pieces of wire, and there are some lead weights for a line, a couple fishing hooks, and a couple of safety pins. We talked about the uses for all that stuff. They really had a good time. I think their favorite part was the pocket knife, but now all of them have a little first aid kit, a little survival tin to keep with them in their bag. And it makes noise, so it's not the best, but it was kind of fun for them to make. Now the other thing, there's a lot of different bags. Kids brought everything from the drawstring bags to a couple kids had even like an REI hiking bag. This is one we bought for my daughter when, gosh, 6 or 7 years ago, and she used it up until 2 or 3 years ago. And now she has a bigger, it's like this one, but it's black. It's REI, and of course it has a hydration bladder. But that's really what I want to talk about. Is most of these bags, you don't have to buy the Camelbak brand. Most of these bags have, they're set up for hydration. They have this pocket. This one even has a liner in it to keep your stuff dry because it's a little bit nicer. And then it has a hook to hook your bag. And then there at the top, there's a little spot for you to run your spigot out. And then you can even retain it. And all of this is just, this is a $25 bag. It's not a $50 Camelbak. And then this is a Redhead brand. This is my deer stand bag, but I use it quite a bit for hiking because I do more hiking than I do deer hunting. But even it, as cheap as it was, this is probably a $15 or $20 bag. It's got, a retainer and a bag and a spot for the hose to come out, and then you can even retain it here on the front clips. So you don't have to buy a really expensive bag. And then you just go to Walmart and you buy these hydration bladders. These are Outdoor Products brand. It's the Walmart brand. And this one is probably 10 years old. I have one of these for everyone. One of these hoses, I don't know what happened, but I'm unable to clean it out in here. And so the bite valve got moldy, and I decided just to throw it out because these are not expensive. And that's kind of the point of this video, is you can get a less expensive bag that doesn't come with a hydration bladder. And these are $11 for these hydration bladders. Now this one is an old one, and then I got 2 new ones because I was replacing the hose, and I thought that the hoses would be the same. They're not, but this is a little different style. It has this these are the ones that are available at Walmart right now. This is very big, and it's actually very easy to cross thread. They're a little bit difficult to put this back on. Not a big fan of this design. The other part of this is the hose is threaded. So this is threaded, and that means that this has no water retention to it. So if this is full, you have to have the hose connected, which is fine. I just didn't know that because it's not like the old style. Now this one has a push lock. So it has these O-rings, and you pop that down. It's hard to do with one hand, and it goes in. Now this holds water without the hose, which is handy if you wanted to preload these like the night before, which is what I was trying to do. And this one has a cap where the threads, it's smaller, and this is way easier to close, and you never cross thread this. I never even considered that. Whereas this one is so big, it's really easy to cross thread, and it's actually hard to get it lined up. And then it has like this gap, and it looks like it's not sealed, but it is sealed. So, but anyway, for $11, it's still a better bargain than the Camelbak brands. And I'll tell you the long term on this bag is old, 5, 6, 7 years old, maybe older. I think I have 4 of these, but one of them is damaged. But man, I've had them forever. I think I bought 2, and then like a couple years later bought 2 more. So everyone in the family has one. Now we have a couple extras. But here's what I want to do for cleaning these out. So you hold the bite valve, and then that way it releases the airlock, and then you just spin it. And all the water comes out, and then you just need to hold this, let it so it can drain. Hold it retained on this on the hanger, and it'll dry out, and then you won't have any problems as long as you keep them clean. A day or 2 after your hike, you need to get to it. You don't want that water sitting anywhere. And then let me show you how I dry the bags. Clean towel, shove it in there, and squish it all around so you can get most of the water that's standing in the bag. And so you just run that towel around in there, and then you're gonna hang it up on a hanger. Let me show you that next. All right, so I don't know what kind of hangers you have. Yours doesn't have to be pink, but the system here is the same. So you've got most of the water cleaned out on the inside, so it won't take forever to air dry like this. And you just pop a hanger in there, and then you can actually hang this. I hang mine in the laundry room, and in a day or 2, they will be completely dry, and you can put them back, with all your stuff, so you're always ready to go. But I found this to be the easiest and simplest way, and I don't have bags hanging out everywhere. If my whole family went, you could imagine this would be a mess, wherever you're doing it. So my wife always likes for me to keep things picked up. So we have a great little air dry system here, and it works awesome. It clips right there on this. It even works on with a smaller hanger and even a smaller bag, because these are both 2-liter bags. And if you had a 3-liter bag, which is the bigger ones, it works on those as well. Even though this mouth is quite a bit smaller, the hanger still fits in there. And so I'm gonna run the towel in here, get that dried out on the inside, and I'll hang both of those up, and they'll be all ready to go. All right, well, that's all I have for today, getting this stuff cleaned up. And I did want to show you one thing I found in my hunting bag. Check this thing out. This is one of those file knives, and it was made by a buddy, and I think the sheath was one they found, but the knife he made a couple. My neighbor got one, I got one, but this has lived in my deer stand bag, and we have not sharpened it. I found a knife that we have not sharpened on my channel, so we're gonna put this. It looks like it needs cleaned up. We're going to put this on the Tech Studios profile. Look how chunky that thing is. We're gonna put that on the Tech Studios profile and put a wicked sharp edge on it. All right, that's what I have for today, guys. Thanks for watching Eagle Run 23. We'll see you next time.